Hey folks, just wanted to share this with you. It's only my second video. My first one was trash, so this one will probably end up in the same place. Got a 2019 Kia Soul base model that I quickly built a bed in the back of to make it into a camper. And I couldn't stand the bed. I built it to go on top of the seats without pulling the seats out, and it's just too high up. The bed comes up the height of the top of the seat there, and then a mattress, and you can't sit up in bed, and that's horrible not to just be able to sit up in bed. So I'm going to see about pulling the seat backs out and leave the base in, because I believe there's a airbag sensor in there of some sort. So I'm afraid if I disconnect that, like I know with the front seat, if you disconnect it, your check engine light will stay on. You'll get computer faults and all. I won't go anywhere without a full-size spare. So that gives me a problem off the bat, because it's so much higher than a donut or than the silly inflator that they give you with the car. But if I take the seat backs out, I should be able to go somewhere between here and the height of the tire, which is probably just about 4 inches. So I'm going to pull the seats out now. Basic, I'm sure everybody knows how to do it, but if you want to watch. Alright, what I gotta do is grab a hole down here and pop it up. Same thing on the other side. Excuse how dirty the car is, but I'm doing this today, so if I didn't film it today, it wouldn't get done. So before you yank up on the seat base, as I was telling you to do, no rehearsal for this video, there's one bolt right here in the middle. Okay, it's one little bolt, 12mm. I believe that's the only thing holding the seat base on. Let's give it a whirl. Yep, that's it. So that's all there is to pulling the bottom of the seat off. So I'm hoping by removing the seat, whether I remove the base or just the backs of the seats, that I'll be able to drop down a good 4 inches at least, maybe 5 or 6, and that should be enable me enough to be able to sit up in the bed, because it's I don't like not being able to sit up in the bed, not in something this small. I guess whoever told me there's a sensor under here must not have a base model. They probably got a fancier model with additional airbags or something. I don't see any sensor. This is where the seat's base hooks into, in addition to that 112mm bolt back there. So no problems there. As far as taking the backs off, looks like the 2 bolts here, maybe there's only one if I do it from the other side. Bolt there, and then 2 way down there. Let's see. No, it looks like it's going to be 2 bolts there, 1 bolt in the center, and 2 bolts on the driver's side. All right. 14mm for the 5 bolts for the seat backs. Bolt number 1, and you get the idea. Little tip here. I've been telling you there's 2 bolts on each end and 1 in the middle. There's 2 all across, so 2 on the driver's side, 2 in the center, and there's 2 on the passenger side. There's not enough room here to use a ratchet with the socket on it, and it's something I haven't invested in yet. I'm waiting for Santa Claus to bring is a ratcheting wrench. So do yourself a favor, if you're going to do this, get a ratcheting wrench, because this is taking some time. It's only the 3 rear ones. The front ones you can get to with the socket with an extension on it, no problem. All right, before you can remove the seat back, after you take the 6 bolts out, the two, you have to disconnect at least this one seat belt, 14mm again, same as the seat back bolts. You have to disconnect this one because the center safety belt is incorporated into the seat back. So before you can remove the seat back, you have to remove that seat belt bolt. It appears it's all one piece. I thought it was 2. I got some health problems. This could be terrible, a little difficult pulling it out, but I'll get back to you in a minute. All right, here we are with the seats out. Still got that one seat belt to remove. When you pull your seat out, these hinge pins here that the seat mounts to, they just slide into the seat, so they'll fall out once you disconnect it. But that's it. Gives you a lot more room. Spare tire sits a few inches above this deck, but I'll still be able to go below this side rail here, probably somewhere down in this area, probably maybe right on top of this grate here, perhaps. I originally had it with the other bed that went on top of the seats. I had a piece of plywood here, so whether the seats were up or down in the bed motion, I could lift up, and I had storage here. But I don't think that's practical. So I'm just going to put the old bed in, and hopefully all I'll have to do is trim down some legs and just lower it, because the old bed was sitting, somewhere, gosh, probably 10-12 inches higher. So I'll keep you up to date on it. Alright, let me try to explain to you how my bed used to work here. It used to be this high when the seats were in the car. It was this high. That piece down there rested on top of this folded down seat back, and then this brace rested on top there. 3/4 inch plywood in 2 sections, one section here and one section here. I originally made the bed so I could flip up the smaller section of the split rear seat, so I could actually carry 2 passengers and still have the bed. This half of the wood would just lift up and slide over here, so I could carry, visiting some friends with a married couple or something. I could take 2 people with me and still have the bed set up. This is how much more difference there is. So I'll be able to drop it down to the height of that plywood right there. This is covering up the full size spare, where if I had a donut spare or no spare, as the car came with, it would be down, it could be flush with this piece right here. but because I have the full size spare, this is as low as I can go. But I'm really psyched because look at that panel back there. That's, excuse me, that's how much room I'm going to be gaining. Let's break out the tape measure. 10 inches. I'll be 10 inches lower. Which will give me 10 inches more headroom, which should be just enough to be able to sit up on the bed with the 3/4 inch plywood on top, and then with my I got a, I don't know, 3 or 4 inch memory foam mattress, and then blankets and stuff. So anyway, I will be able to sit up in it just barely, but so I'm psyched. So just gonna cut these legs off, lower it down, and then just build up something here for support, and we'll be ready to go. All right. I will be losing something I'm going to miss. My 3/4 inch plywood, it comes all the way back. It's cut the same. You can see that plywood, the same like radius as the car. So it comes all the way back to the lift gate. And I got piano hinges on it so I could lift up. And it had a nice little compartment here. Holds a gallon of water, a gallon of milk, gallon of tequila, or whatever. Real nice. Across there, or your groceries. It's like having a built-in cargo net. You go grocery shop and throw your bags in there till you get home, and it kept everything from sliding around. It was a real nice feature. So I'll be losing that, but I'll be gaining my headroom so I can sit up in bed. Before I end this video, I'm only be busy the next few days, so I'll have to do like a part 2 on what I'm going to do to finish this bed up. But just wondering if anyone out there in YouTube land knows what these two little studs are for here on a Kia Soul. This is a base model, so nothing's attached to them. But just curious as to what those were. I will let you know what I do, what I figure out for the bed here, and I'll post it as soon as I come up with an idea. All right, take care.